On Thursday, the First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, speaking in Doha, where she participated in the global conference marking the 30th International Year of the Family, urged attendees to reflect deeply on issues surrounding poverty and to work collectively towards its eradication. We have the details with Adam Squizera.
Reflected on the interlinkages between family dynamics and the perpetuation of poverty, focusing on various facets such as poverty and child marriage, parental motivations for early marriages, and family-based social protection policies. This session aimed to uncover the mechanisms that contribute to the poverty trap within families. In her remarks, First Lady Jeannette Kagame noted that 2024 for Rwanda marks as also a celebration of 3 decades of rebuilding a newly liberated Rwanda. She emphasized that to effectively tackle intergenerational poverty is crucial to first understand the root causes of extreme poverty and to examine its impacts on individuals and communities.
In order to break the intergenerational wheel of poverty, we must examine the root cause of extreme poverty, assess and quantify the full extent of its damage to humanity, and reflect on the dynamics through which deprivation prevails. Honorable guests, we are all familiar with the world history. How far has the African continent truly been set back by extensive and systematic resource extraction, compounding debt, and foreign economic policies of austerity that impede national development? How can it truly eradicate extreme poverty when it remains controversial to raise questions on the lack of accountability and urgency of the global institutions mandated to secure that change?
Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame highlighted that the African continent has truly been set back by extensive and systematic resource extraction, compounding debt, and foreign economic policies that still impede nation development. She noted how regrettable was poor or poverty are often used to define the identity of those who would instead better be described by their resilience and drive to prevail over the exploitative politics of the old world.
Are regrettably often used to define the identity of those who, for me, would instead better be described by their resilience and drive to prevail over exploitative policies of the old world. Must we, I wonder, necessarily quantify and qualify everyone's productivity in terms that benefit some but not others? If poor or rich are to be pertinent qualifiers of human development for entire nations, shouldn't there be a more accurate and culturally sensitive barometer of the quality of one's well-being than the one that we currently uphold? It's my belief that the GDP per capita and other measures of Human Development Index can be biased or limited, or do not provide a full and complete picture of a people's standards of living, particularly in instances of significant inequality.
First Lady Jeannette Kagame also noted that since 2000, the Rwandan economy has multiplied by more than 7 times, and Rwandans' life expectancy has increased from 47 years on average to 70 years now, and rising. In addition, she highlighted that 99% of girls are now enrolled in primary school, and child marriage remains illegal in the country. She also highlighted how school feeding has also been implemented nationally. First Lady Jeannette Kagame emphasized that futures of those who have abundance are closely connected with lives of those in need, noting that a rising of economic challenges from poverty and insecurity.
Victimhood could never be a badge of honor. States can no longer be disenfranchised when measures are taken quote to quote to empower their people. Indeed, the time has come to revisit development cooperation dialogue for a sincere and mutually beneficial relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, a healthy and prosperous society produces healthy and prosperous families, and in turn, healthy and prosperous families sustain a thriving society. Our country embraces a people-centered model of governance with a social protection policy enshrined at the core of our development efforts. Yes, MDG 1, eradicating extreme poverty, remains a challenge. However, the framework of Sustainable Development Goals provide a promising path to eradicating poverty by 2030. And yes, we are also aware that considerable obstacles may threaten our progress, namely population distribution, climate change, conflict, and moral apathy.
She concluded the session by urging participants to empower today's generation to take up the role of ending extreme poverty. In 1994, the United Nations General Assembly declared the creation of the International Year of the Family. In proclaiming the year, the General Assembly noted that the family warrants special attention and therefore should be accorded the widest possible protection and assistance in accordance with the internationally agreed instruments. Adam Squizera, RwandaTV News.